this is the best America has to offer in terms of being probably the most powerful lawyer in the world?
I just don't know the answer to that question.
This is the same guy that Democrats clamored, cajoled, and cried over to be on the Supreme Court in 2016?
I just don't know the answer to that question.
As many questions as Judge Merrick Garland has dodged during his Senate Judiciary Committee hearing to be confirmed as the Attorney General of the United States, they might as well have trotted out the Wendy's girl to let us all know.
I'll have to circle back with you on it. It's a good question.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining me one more time for Things That Need to Be Said. For MRC-TV, I'm Nick Kangadis. Before I continue, please check out MRC-TV's videos on Rumble. Who knows what YouTube and other social media platforms do algorithmically to certain videos we come out with, so jumping on the alt-tech trend is the way to go. Now, on with the show. If you haven't been watching Merrick Garland's confirmation hearing, don't worry, it looks like Garland's been missing it too. At this point, it's comical that no one in or about to be in the Biden administration has ever had a concrete, transparent answer to any question that could even be construed as challenging. It's almost as if being inept and or as vague as possible is a prerequisite for employment in the new regime. This guy seems so non-committal to just about anything unless his superiors make the decision for him that you gotta wonder whether he dresses himself in the morning.
Could I be wearing any more clothes?
Think about it. Much like what Beijing Biden and his cronies have done since he didn't campaign in 2020, whenever Garland was asked anything of substance, typically only by Republicans, go figure, he either wasn't sure or played both sides of the fence in order to seem as boring as possible. Here's Garland on whether giving Oklahoma City terrorist Timothy McVeigh the death penalty was a mistake, a case Garland worked on, by the way, and apparently second-guessed himself over the years about.
I don't have any regret, but I have developed concerns about the death penalty in the 20-some years since then.
When it came to the topic of allowing trans female athletes beating the crap out of actual female athletes, Garland once again sidestepped the question by playing both sides of the fence by making his answer as vanilla as possible.
This is a very difficult societal question that you're asking here. I know what underlies it.
I know, but you're going to be Attorney General.
Well, but I may not be the one who has to make policy decisions like that, but it's not that I'm adverse to it. Look, I think every human being should be treated with dignity and respect.
You just answer the question.
And here's his ridiculous answer when it comes to possibly classifying the communist domestic terrorists of Antifa as domestic terrorism.
So an attack on a courthouse while in operation, trying to prevent judges from actually deciding cases, that plainly is domestic extremism, domestic terrorism. An attack simply on government property at night or any other kind of circumstances is a clear crime and a serious one and should be punished. I don't know enough about the facts of the example you're talking about.
Ah, all right, I got it. So they're only terrorists if they attack a federal building during the daytime. And of course, there's Garland's already infamous answer, or non-answer, about whether crossing the border into the U.S. illegally should remain a crime.
Well, I haven't thought about that question. I just haven't thought about that question. I think the president has made clear that we are a country with the borders and with a concern about national security. I don't know of a proposal to decriminalize but still make it unlawful to enter. I just don't know the answer to that question. I haven't thought about it.
I won't put you through too much more, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that while Garland, quote, assures senators he's not the president's lawyer, as CBS so eloquently put it, he also has no problem with Beijing Biden's assault on the Second Amendment as long as there's, quote, room under the law for the president's policies to be pursued, unquote.
I'm sure you know, the president is a strong supporter of gun control and has been an advocate all of his life, his professional life on this question. The role of the Justice Department is to advance the policy program of the administration as long as it is consistent with the law. And as I said, so far, we have a little indication from the Supreme Court as to what this means, but we don't have a complete indication. And where there is room under the law for the president's policies to be pursued, then I think the president is entitled to pursue them.
This is the real new normal, folks. Forget the coof. If people weren't convinced that Beijing Biden's administration was going to be the opposite of transparency, at least they employ useful idiots dumb enough to admit they know nothing.
I know nothing. Nothing.
And heck, you don't really need to know anything when the guy that employs you, Beijing Biden in this case, governs exclusively by executive order. Some people have a word for that, which was used throughout Donald Trump's presidency, and I really don't like to get hyperbolic, but what the hell? I'll let Biden tell you who he is.
Some of my Republican friends and some of my Democratic friends even occasionally say, well, if you can't get the votes by executive order, you're going to do something. Things you can't do by executive order unless you're a dictator. We're a democracy. We need consensus.
So, what do you guys think out there? Were these things that needed to be said? For the second week in a row, I really didn't have to say much because the Biden administration does a perfectly good job digging their own ditches. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, where I do read most and respond to some. Comment, 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 so that more people can see this video. And remember to begin checking out our videos on Rumble. If you like this video, don't forget to comment, share, and give it a thumbs up. Those are the 3 best ways to help these videos reach more people. And it's the best ways to let us know you want us to keep these videos coming. Subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so that YouTube might actually let you know when MRC-TV comes out with a new video if they haven't censored or taken it down yet. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Clapper, and check out more of our work on MRCTV.org. For MRC-TV, I'm Nick Kangadis.